The feeling of finally seeing your favourite on-screen couple kiss is staggering, especially when it's full of passion. So here are some of the realest kissing scenes in TV shows. Anthony and Kate. Bridgerton Season 2 took the world by storm with its intense scenes involving Anthony and Kate. Even though Anthony is meant to marry Kate's sister Edwina, the two continue to be attracted towards each other. What started off as hatred and disgust soon turned into endless love, and Anthony just couldn't stay away from Kate, despite being a gentleman. The wedding of Anthony and Edwina is called off on the same day when everyone realizes that he loves Kate. After everyone leaves, Kate and Anthony are left alone in the chapel and about to say their goodbyes when suddenly the two lean in for a kiss. This searing kiss is what everyone was waiting for, and it was everything the fans expected. This was the first kiss between Kate and Anthony, and the whole season led up to it. The two leaned in so many times throughout the season, but the kiss happened in the 6th episode, so the build-up was just too much. It was one of the most awaited kisses, and it was so worth it. Alex and Piper. The duo of Alex and Piper from Orange is the New Black went through so much together, but it wasn't until episode 9 of season 1 that we saw them having a vulnerable and romantic moment. There still is debate whether that the kiss was scripted or unscripted, but it surely was a great one to watch. Laura Prepon, playing the character of Alex, said in an interview, "The main thing I learned was whether it's a man or a woman, if there's chemistry, there's chemistry." And in Alex and Piper's case, the chemistry was off the charts. The two also had a lot of history dating, as Piper was in prison because of Alex. But despite their complicated relationship, the two surely had feelings for each other, and the whole scene is very well shot in Litchfield's chapel, which just elevates the whole scene into a new level. Damon and Elena. The Vampire Diaries first started airing in 2009, and it's been an absolute favourite ever since. The TV show features vampire brothers Damon and Stefan, who are in love with the same girl. Elena initially falls for Stefan, but eventually she realises that Damon is the one she wants to be with forever. The two first kissed when Damon almost lost his life due to a werewolf bite, but the most iconic kiss was the one in the motel in season 3. This was when Damon and Elena threw caution to the wind and kissed so passionately that it became one of the best kisses of television. Not only this, Nina Dobrev and Ian Somerhalder dated in real life for 3 years, which made their intimate scenes a lot more passionate. The kiss still has millions of views on YouTube because it was initiated by Elena, and the two finally expressed their emotions in the kiss. Jim and Pam. Everyone saw Jim falling in love with Pam in The Office, and we were all rooting for him. Finally, we got to see their courtship for 2 whole seasons, but the best and most iconic scene was when the two kissed. It felt like the pressure was literally lifted off their shoulders, and the kiss was so liberating for both of them. It happened in the season 2 finale episode, and the cinematography surely is worth watching. It makes the kiss look dreamy, but also very real at the same time. We saw the couple grow together and become better people, and that's what makes them so relatable. They fight and make mistakes, and that's why their romance also feels very real and almost lifelike, including their kisses. David and Patrick. After losing their fortune in the hands of their manager in Schitt's Creek, the Rose family moves to a small town, but that's when the tables turn. David, the son of the Rose family, is a creative mess and quite egotistic until he meets Patrick. The two start working together and start a store in the little town of Schitt's Creek. But we've all been waiting for David to finally get his happy ending, and it was so worth it. David and Patrick kept flirting for quite a lot of days, and the tension kept building up. But Patrick finally decided to ask David out in season 3, episode 13. He ends the night with the most satisfying kiss. However, the tension leading up to the kiss is what makes it so memorable. The kiss itself is quite real and not too chaotic or messy. And with this kissing scene, we get to experience the pure feelings of the two for each other. And after that peck on the lips, the duo became absolutely inseparable. Ross and Rachel. Of course, Ross and Rachel are on the list. They started off as friends, but Ross had a huge crush on Rachel since they were in high school, and their reunion brought back all the memories. And when Rachel finally fell in love with him in season 2 of Friends, they had one of the best television kisses of all time. People were waiting for this kiss for so long, and they finally got it on an evening in Central Perk. The kiss was important because there was so much tension between the two. Also, no one really knew whether Ross was coming back to Rachel or not, but when he did, it all felt so right. And as soon as they came close, the world world knew what was going to happen. They finally kissed, and it was everything people expected. Intense and passionate, but also very real. This kiss was a moment of relief in the constant will they won't they relationship of Ross and Rachel. Luke and Lorelai. Luke and Lorelai are from the Gilmore Girls, which is one of the most loved TV shows of all time. Lorelai is a 30-something woman who takes care of her teen daughter all alone. The show mainly revolves around the mother and daughter duo and their romantic partners. Luke, however, is a friend to Lorelai, and the two kept things platonic for so long, and that's why fans were waiting for them to get together for so long. He was so in love with Lorelai, and that's why their kiss became unforgettable. When the two finally kissed in season 4 finale, it felt like a breath of fresh air. The kiss meant so much to the fans because they waited 4 seasons for this moment, and then it finally happened. It was so iconic that the final episode became the highest ranked in the series. Sid and Elena. One Day at a Time has given us a lot of moments to remember, but the best of them all is when Elena kisses Sid. It's not the most perfect kiss, but it feels real and very emotional. It happens in the 5th episode of season 2 when Elena starts acting awkward and makes Sid think that she's not interested. We've all been anxious and driven someone away at one point, and that's why this scene is so relatable. But Elena decides to go for it, pulls Sid close in the fire escape and kisses them. It gets even better when Elena goes away, but Sid kisses her back. That's the realest kiss in television because it's the way the first kiss is meant to be, passionate and not too perfect. Jake and Amy. Brooklyn Nine-Nine revolves around the daily life of detectives in the 99th precinct. Inside the precinct, Jake and Amy are the best detectives, and they have had chemistry since the very beginning. So, by the 2nd season, we kind of know that something is about to go down between the two, but the back and forth in their relationship causes a lot of build-up. When Jake proposes to Amy, she's seeing someone else, and when Amy starts falling for him, Jake's in love with a lawyer, so the two just couldn't catch a break. However, in the 23rd episode of season 2, we see Jake and Amy talking in the evidence room, and he suddenly pulls her close and kisses her. The kiss is quick but full of passion, and that's when we realize how the two are just meant for each other. The Mindy Project. Mindy and Danny from the Mindy Project were made for each other from the very first episode, but it took them a lot of time to realize it. The audience had to wait until season 2, episode 14, before Danny finally gathered enough confidence to make a move. Danny didn't want to wait any longer, so he gave the most passionate kiss to Mindy, and it felt like a scene right out of a fairy tale. Though their relationship got a little rocky with time, it started off pretty great. The two started off as friends and had great chemistry, and that's why their romance got people hooked. In fact, people waited quite a lot for this kiss to finally happen, and that's what makes the couple so iconic, but a little quirky at the same time. So Sheldon and Amy. No one really thought that this quirky couple from The Big Bang Theory would make it to first base, but they surely proved everyone wrong when Sheldon grabbed Amy on the train and kissed her. And it wasn't just a peck, but a very passionate kiss. The scene is so important because we got to see the emotional side of Sheldon and realize that Shamey could work after all. The scene took place after Sheldon felt guilty for ignoring Amy, and it was so sudden that no one saw it coming. Even though, we gotta say that no one expected Amy and Sheldon to have such intense chemistry. That's because they never really held hands or shared a hug for several months in the relationship. They were so intellectual that they never cared about physical interactions, and that's what made their kiss so worth it. So which of these iconic on-screen kisses got you hooked? Tell us in the comments section below, and thanks for watching.